The gun was there, pointing at me, and I was there, scared as hell. My brain was shut, and I wanted to scream out loud, but my vocal cords gave up on me. I couldn't even blink my eye even for a second. Though the blood flowing in my veins was warm, I was there, frozen. She looked at me like the angel of death. Hey, this is Sneha, and today I'm going to tell you the most unforgettable day of my childhood. I was around 11 years old, and to give you a background, my dad's friend had returned some money to us which he had taken from us as loan, and the same day my mother was ill. And घर पे we had an accountant who used to work at our place. Like घर पे ही office था. And she was my neighbor too. Like we stayed on the same floor, सिर्फ कुछ दरवाज़ों की दूरी पे. एंड जो मेरा घर था ना, बिल्डिंग के ए विंग और बी विंग के एग्जैक्ट बीच में होता था. And the passages यानी corridors were long and narrow with multiple houses on each floor. So just like any other normal day, it was around 3 p.m. and I had come home from my school. And usually na us time pe everybody's doors are closed because it is everybody's nap time, which leaves the whole passage very dark. So I came home, I was having my lunch, aunt was doing her work, my mother was sleeping, and everything was normal until we heard multiple doorbells. I got up and I opened the door, and it was aunt's daughter who had come to us, crying and shivering. We asked her what happened, why are you crying? And she said she had gone downstairs to get some stationery work, and since we live on first floor and she had to just go out for 5 minutes, उसने हमेशा की तरह कड़ी लगाई, लॉक नहीं किया. And by the time she came home for a change, the latch was open. The lights of her house were on, and her mother's purse was missing. And as soon as aunt heard this, she freaked out big time because the purse consisted her debit cards and credit cards and the PIN written on it. A hurricane of anxiety thoughts came into her mind, and she was on the verge of breaking out. So I rushed to my mom and I woke her up. So my mom, aunt and aunt's daughter went downstairs to ask people if they had seen anybody leaving the building with the brown purse in the hand, because we did not really had a watchman that time. And my mother told me to stay home. So I closed the safety door, leaving the main door वैसे ही, and I went back to have my lunch. And just after a minute, I heard another doorbell. So I peeked through the grills of the safety door, and she was a woman standing. She was wearing a green kurta, she had a round face, her hair was tied in a ponytail, and she was about 5'5". So I asked her, who was she? She seemed to be in a hurry and her voice was shaking. She said, "Open the door, I'm your mother's friend. I met your mom downstairs. She asked me to come inside. She had to give me some money of the product she had bought earlier." So I opened the door and I let her in. She came and she sat on the couch very innocently, but it seemed as if her eyes were trying to find something. So I went to the kitchen to get her some water, and while I was back, she was already searching for something in the hall. I asked her what happened, what are you searching for? She said that my mom told her to take the money and go away. And she continued searching in the hall and the kitchen, and I was constantly telling her, "No, have a seat, my mother will be back in few minutes, she had just gone down." But ignoring all my words, she went to the bedroom and saw the cupboard and the key already placed in it. She went and opened it, and that is the time I realized that something was wrong. So I thought of going to my neighbor's place and asking her to come and talk to this woman. And as I went to the door, there was a guy already standing there in the dark, covering his face and giving me a dead stare look. And I was scared as shit. As I turned back, there was she, holding a gun to my forehead, and I was there, scared as hell. My brain was shut and I wanted to scream out loud, but my vocal cords gave up on me. I couldn't even blink my eye even for a second. Though the blood flowing in my veins was warm, I was there, frozen. She looked to me like the angel of death. I saw that she had taken the bundle of cash and covered with pink dupatta, and I was more shocked when I saw the brown purse too. She pointed the gun on my head until she and the guy in the dark left from Ewing, and I was there, standing with my heart in my hand, scared and still. I could literally hear my heart pounding so fast because it was dead silent. And then I got relieved when I heard my mom's voice coming from the B wing staircase. I finally screamed. The police was called, and there were so many people at the door. Everything was a chaos. The whole area was shook because nobody had heard about such a big theft in the neighborhood. Questions were asked, investigation was done, condolences were given. The same evening, I went to the police station and helped them to make the sketch. And for the next 10 days, I had to go to so many places and go through all the criminal records identifying her face and followed so many procedures, but nothing. 6 months passed and we did not receive any phone call from the police station. We lost hope, and slowly, gradually, everything started becoming normal until we received a phone call from the police station. They asked me to come and identify as they had caught a girl who robbed at some lady's place. So me and my dad went to the police station, and on the way my dad told me, if you're 101% sure that it was the same girl, then only say a yes. How could someone forget the person's face who points a gun to your forehead, Papa? I sighed. So we reached the police station and there was an inspector waiting for us, and he told us that जिसके घर पे से ये लड़की पकड़ी गई है ना, वो भी थी. So we went there, I saw the girl they had caught, and I told them that she wasn't the one, and I turned towards the lady जिसके घर पे से ये लड़की पकड़ी गई थी. She looked at me. I looked at her. She was in awe. I was in awe. She blinked, and as I blinked, I felt as if she still held the gun pointing towards me, wearing the same green kurta. There she was, as I mentioned earlier, the angel of my death.